This is the type of thing that we fantasize about in sci-fi films not too long ago, and now it's real. It's part of our everyday lives and people love it. Hi, my name is Greg Borrud and I am the Vice President of Games at Niantic. Niantic is an AR company which is inspiring people to explore the world together. I'm seeing from an engagement perspective is just the number of games out there. There are, I don't know, Google probably knows better than me, thousands of games that launch a day. So, I mean, there are so many new games and new opportunities that are out there. What is the discovery like? How do people engage with new products? The reality is once people find the game that they love, they stick with it. When we think about engaging with new players in our games, we think about, several different stages of how they might engage with us. So the first most important thing is, does this game, kind of in the first couple days, does it deliver on their expectations? The second thing we think about kind of in the next phase is that core gameplay loop. Is there something that allows them to engage in the game, several times a day? The long term for us comes down to the social part of the game. Who are you engaging with? What are those core gameplay loops that turn into meta loops that keep you coming back for a year or 2 years or 4 years or 10 years? That's a tough thing to do. We think that the social interactions are one way to do that. I think back to my first Go Fest in Chicago in 2018 and seeing the experiences on people's faces as they ran around this park collecting Pokemon or participating in battles. That kind of shared experience was incredibly inspiring. One of the things I'm incredibly excited about in the world right now of entertainment is really the world of immersive experiences. Whether it's, immersive theater companies like Punch Drunk and what they've done with shows like Sleep No More, or whether it's the rise of escape rooms, or whether it's the things that, amusement parks are doing to really create these immersive worlds that you walk into and you become a part of. It's a new form of entertainment that, at least for me, is incredibly, incredibly exciting. For me, immersive experiences in that kind of environment is something that we think is at the core of augmented reality. There's been a ton of changes in the last 5 years. I mean, one, the platforms have evolved incredibly. If you think about the evolution of mobile and smartphones and the technology we have, not just in the rendering power of these devices, which are getting incredible, but the GPSs that we have, and now with the addition of 5G, we can pretty much do anything within a mobile phone. It's literally like having and carrying a platform with you wherever you go. But also when you add a layer of AR on top of it, it completely changes the way not only you play games, but the way you look at the world. The multiplayer experiences are going to be the things that really define the next 5 to 10 years. In the coming years, we're going to see some amazing strides being taken part of the industry to create really dynamic shared worlds and multiplayer experiences through our mobile devices. That means you need to have really fast bandwidth. You gotta have really quick pings to players, especially players that are around you, and be able to do that in a reliable way. As processing power increases and network speed capabilities are expanded, we're going to see an explosion of content harnessing the power of these technologies. If we look 5 or 10 years into the future, I think the way we see the world is going to be very different. And I think it's going to depend on how you want to see the world. Do you want to live in that Pokemon Go world? Do you want to live in that Harry Potter world? Do you want to live in a world that is a game board? Like, there's so many different possibilities. And that's where we're going to be really pushing the boundaries of what people want to experience, those experiences that they want to have.